Who said rugby and beer went together?
Yeah. What an odd pairing.
We're back at the happy hour pub. You know what, Fitz? We need to go over there and play some pool soon. Those guys they're really good. Actually, we should put down some money, say we suck, and then the next game bet more money and win it. What do you think?
Are you a pool shark? Sounds like it.
Not a good one. I lose every time. So, all right. You know, I got to order. I'm wicked thirsty. I'm coming in, man. I'm gonna. Where's the bartender? Okay, sir, can I get a Daytona Indian IPA? Yeah. Oh, I know. Here's the weird thing about that beer, Fitzy. It's actually from a Salt Lake City, Utah brewery called Salt Flats Brewery, and it's called Daytona Indian IPA. I'm not sure why, but it's good. This is actually a little bit lower on the scale as far as like alcohol goes. Usually, I'm getting those around 8% or so, like like Treehouse, whatever else. This one is only 5%. All right, It's just an American IPA. It's tasty. I enjoyed it. I took my time with it. I'm taking my time with it, obviously. It's got a great aroma, like the citrus, almost like citrus rinds. It's a little different than this actual citrus smell. It's right up front, but then it mellows kind of a bit as you're experiencing the beer. So I know it's a nerdy thing to do to experience a beer. Usually you're just drinking a beer, but if you take your time, you can really get a lot out of beers like this and others. Like I said, it's got a nice citrus taste. And I love this term in beer. It's a dank hop notes. Dank hop notes. We're gonna get on someone to really tell us what that means.
I have no idea.
I know. But it's also it's followed by a strong malt background. We know what malt is, but it smooths it out. It's a little bitter, but it's a good flavored beer. It's one that I'll probably get again. It's easy. It's only 5%. Again, I can have these at a rugby match if I had it, and still maybe have one or two and be able to drive home later. But good beer. I'm going to give it a 3 1/4, which I think is pretty good for this beer. Maybe a little bit higher, but I'm going to go with 3 1/4. It's Salt Flats Brewing Company. They're a Daytona IPA. What are you getting?
Yeah, I'm going to have a Raised by Wolves, which is a great name for a beer. It's by Right Proper Brewery, which is just down the street in the neighborhood that I live in Washington, D.C. Raised by Wolves. You can get it, draft there. You can also get it in a can at select locations in the D.C. area. But it's kind of like an IPA and a pale ale. It's kind of like a mixed in between. I don't know if that makes much sense, but I need to have someone on to talk us through that. But it's 5% alcohol. It's got a nice little. It smells good. You know what I mean? Like when you first bring that beer up to your lips and your nose, and you get that little rush of those aromas. You get this little citrusy thing going on. Not too hoppy, not too bittery, like some of those other IPAs. 5%, so it hits just right. To your point about having a couple and still being able to manage. I like it. Raised by Wolves. My rating, I'm gonna give it. I think it's a 3.75. It's solid rating. It's that good maybe starter if you're not quite an IPA person, but you want to try and dip your toes into it a little bit. I think Raised by Wolves is a good one if you're in the DC area.
Well, I got to sip a little of yours. I appreciate it.
Whoa, I didn't offer any to you.
When you go to the bathroom, mysteriously, your beer will be a little shorter. All right, Fitzy, cheers. Good stuff.
Cheers.